Okay, here in this video. Well, first off, if you go over to my Bill 1224602 account, and you're leaving comments over there, I can't approve them for at least for a couple of weeks. Maybe never again, they'll let me again. But anyhow, yeah, I'm back booted out of that account for 2 weeks again, just so that you know, okay? So I won't be approving any comments over there because I won't be in that account because I'm not allowed in my own account, but that's all right because that's how censorship works. But that don't stop me. I keep moving on. But now, anyhow, let's move on to what I wanted to talk about here. The name of the video. That's right, the top lies. Yep, the top lies. Well, first off, underneath the video and the more to this video, you're going to see a series of links, okay? And then I got something to show you here for this year's top lies. And I had to laugh at ABC and I had to applaud ABC, okay? Because their number one lie for the year is that ABC will lie to you on the number one lie. That's right. The number one lie for the year is that ABC itself lies to you on the number one lie. Isn't that fucking a lulu how they done that? But they sure the hell did. It was concerning the health care bill being a government takeover. Okay? You can't tell me it's not a government takeover when they tell you that every single human being on the face of the fucking in this country, every single American will be required to have it by law and have to pay for it by law, okay? That are required, mandatory to have it, otherwise will be fined, will be blah, blah. If you have no medical insurance through somebody else, you're going to be forced to buy theirs. So for all these unemployed people out here don't have none of that no more, you'll be forced to buy this. So yeah, it's a government takeover. But ABC will tell you it's not a government takeover, okay? That's right. They will give you the number one lie. They'll lie themselves. So the number one lie came from ABC itself for 2010. Congratulations, ABC, for being the number one liar, okay? You're the one that chose to use the number one lie to lie with, so you earn the title now, don't you? But anyhow, you'll see that in this report when you listen to what they're saying. You'll catch them in their own lie. The number one lie is them lying to you, okay? Sad. But let me tell you something else. But you know what they are correct about? All the politicians up there that are lying. You know what's sad about that? Look at this, people. Have you opened your eyes to look around you? We've become to think that it's normal to have politicians that are running you, that you supposedly supposed to be electing, but of course you haven't elected anybody in office for years because the voting system's been jerry-rigged and scammed so they can place whoever they want for years right underneath your noses. They have pulled the blanket over your fucking face and nobody has seen it. And so therefore, and this is like when they run for president, they say you got to pick the less of the evil. Excuse me. Why do you pick the less of the evil? What's wrong with you people? When lying becomes norm, which is what you've made lying into, this is why you allow these people to do this, okay? And the examples underneath the video are, men's lies to women, women's lies to men, the top lies in this category, lies in that category, and then we have the video of Homes a Better Garden put up about women's lies, okay? How women have classified names for their lies. They wrote a book about it, okay? And they brag it because they have a compassionate lie of this lie, of that lie. Do you follow what I'm telling you? And you allow your politicians to be liars, and then when they go to tell you, no, we would never do that to you, like, let's say, leading you into Third World War, getting ready to kill you. And if you find out somebody and you question your politician about it, well, what do you expect he's going to do? He's going to lie to you. Of course he is, because you accepted lying to be normal. Which means he can say, yeah, no, I would never do that to you. And then when your back's turned, do it to you. Can he? And you just, well, you said you would never, but what, did you expect him to be honest with you? Did you really expect him to be honest? Think about it. How could he possibly be honest? No, he can't be honest because you've accepted lies to be norm. You got yourselves to blame for it. Because you don't want truth. You want lied to. Then you get mad when somebody lies to you, but you want to lie to them. Look how you've turned lying into being normal. When you watch this report, you see what the media is doing. Lying is acceptable. To be dishonest and deceive somebody is an acceptable thing. It's like when ABC run the report on the trolls. Because they get a sadistic high. That's right, a sadistic high? You mean because you get a sadistic, twisted, sick in the head feeling and it makes you better than somebody else? It's all right to hurt somebody that you don't even know? Do you follow what I'm saying? Can't you tell this is the end of this it's over with, people. History will repeat itself and you will be seeing millions and millions of people dying. Needlessly. They're conditioning you. They're setting you up. They put a report up the other day telling you what you should do if a nuclear bomb went off. Now, why are they telling you what you should do for protection measures if a nuclear bomb went off in a report? It's called conditioning you. It's letting you know what you should do. Why? Because they're planning on doing it. That's why. And there's only one reason, there's only one way you could ever stop that from happening. Well, first you had to get past the lies. You have to be willing to realize that all these lies have to be stopped. You have to start being honest. The only reason truth is hurting you people is because it hurts when you're caught in a lie, don't it? Have you ever heard of somebody being hurt from being caught in the truth? No. Because you don't get hurt from being caught in the truth. The only reason I get slam dunked by you people is because you hate truth. But you don't see where you're leading yourselves for the fucking world filled full of lies. You're going to just allow these people to be liars that rule you, make your laws, decide what you make an hour, decide if you have jobs. Don't worry, they would never take the jobs away from the American people. So what if they outsourced them all, right? You didn't care. So what if they lied to you about your bailout money and your stimulus package? You didn't care, even though you're the ones that got to pay it back. I'm sorry, but see, don't you understand? Come on, where's your brains? How can you accept a world full of people who are going to lie to you and expect somebody to be honest with you? Anyhow, I had to say that. But this is what you're looking at, people. This is what you're bragging. You're bragging that you're fucking parasites. You're bragging about being stupid. Then you're going to wonder why history will repeat itself. It's because you deserve it. Because you don't want truth. We have to go back to caring for other people. You got to start caring for everybody the same as you care for your own self and your own family. And you've got to start being honest. And the people at the top have got to be stopped. And it's only going to be stopped if people stand together and say, look, no, we're not. We're not doing this. Because where do they get their military? From us, the people. Globally, where do they get their military? Us, the people. And only us, the people, globally, can stop them. If you choose not to, then just remember the report that went up a couple of days ago telling you what to do when a nuclear bomb goes off. Be fucking ready, because they're prepping you for it right now and you won't stop them because you're too stupid. Isn't that right? Because you like your world full of lies. So here, let's check out and see what we created for ourselves here. Here's our world in today's world where everybody plays the game, hurts one another, and lies, and count on that nuclear explosion happening. Just because of that right there. Because you chose. You chose for this to happen. That's right, you chose it. You wanted it, even when you said you didn't. Because if you really didn't want it, you'd take heed and listen to what's being said to you. Think about it. Watch this, and to the next video, you'll have a good one.
Well, how can you tell when a politician is lying? when his lips are moving, says the cynic. That's a gross exaggeration and a bad old joke. But if you take the time to look back over a year's worth of prevarication out of Washington, or misspeaking as it's often known here, you might start to wonder. So what was the biggest political lie this year? Senior White House correspondent Jake Tapper joins us for tonight's Sign of the Times.
Pinocchio is an adorable symbol of fibbing. But politicians are not nearly so cute when they shade the truth. The folks at PolitiFact.com make it their mission to let us know when public officials are telling us things that are not so. Taradiddles, flimflams. They even now present the political lie of the year. And unfortunately, as always, there are many, many possible nominees. PolitiFact narrowed it down to just a handful of finalists.
The President of the United States will be taking a trip over to India that is expected to cost the taxpayers $200 million a day.
Minnesota Republican Congressman Michelle Bachmann repeated this untruth based on one anonymous comment an unnamed Indian official told an Indian publication. $200 million a day, more than the cost of the war in Afghanistan. The White House and previous administrations called that apparently made-up figure crazy talk, and PolitiFact called it untrue. Soon-to-be former Congressman Alan Grayson, Democrat of Florida, ran this TV ad about his opponent.
Wives, submit yourself to your own husband.
Which is also not true. Grayson was taking the words of now Congressman-elect Webster out of context. Webster had cited that biblical passage as one husband should not pray for.
And she can pray that if she wants to, but don't you pray that.
Sinless is not created one private secretary.
Florida Republican Governor-elect Rick Scott was more fortunate. He withstood PolitiFact's labeling of that non-fact as a pants-on-fire lie to go on to win the Florida governor's mansion. While since-censured Democratic Congressman Charlie Rangel also survived a pants-on-fire labeling for saying an ethics report on his corporate-sponsored congressional trips exonerates me. It did no such thing. Nor was the Florida Democratic Party truthful when it claimed that former Republican Congressman Bill McCollum, quote, voted to dismantle Social Security. No, he did not. And while we're at it, that's a lot of lying nominees from Florida. But at any rate, none of those other prevarications were enough to win Lie of the Year. This year's winner was not only selected by the editors of PolitiFact, it was also the people's choice. Almost 4,000 readers voted. And here to tell us the lie of the year is the editor of PolitiFact, Bill Adair. Bill, and the winner is?
To claim that the Democratic health care bill is a government takeover of health care.
A lie repeated far and wide and again and again.
This is the government takeover of our healthcare system.
Government takeover.
Government takeover.
Government takeover.
Government takeover.
Massive government takeover.
And why is this the biggest lie of the year as opposed to all those other lies?
It was so pervasive. It was said by the Republican leadership, by Republicans running for Congress, said by Republicans running for governor. And it's just not true. This is a plan that uses the private health insurance system to expand health care coverage.
Mark Twain once said a lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is still putting on its shoes. Congratulations to the lie of the year for its speed and effectiveness, way to deceive the public. This is Jake Tapper for Nightline in Washington.
Well, that'll start a debate. Thanks to Jake Tapper for that report.